Hello, I'm Eric Singer. This is Argonne's Public Affairs Science and Technology Past Fusion Cell Flash Briefing. 2020 promises to be filled with more best practices and new tools to help you deliver sunny day and crisis messaging to your community. Missed our 2019 flash briefings? Here is some of what you missed.
Own up to your cultural and personal biases. Be honest.
You might not be aware of your own cultural biases. A lot of us say, wait, no, I'm colorblind. I don't have any issues with that. But trust me, if you dig through things and you do a little bit of personal assessment, you'll notice that you probably have some biases that maybe you weren't even aware of.
Rebecca Feaster is an Argonne National Lab consultant in the areas of communication and diversity.
New research just released by Brandy Bates, Public Information Officer for the Santa Rosa County Board of County Commissioners in Milton, Florida. Brandy's paper, Trolls and Their Toll on the Social Media Bridge of Communications.
Speaking of which, after putting your paper together for PIOs, PAOs, and social media managers, what help can you give them to deal now with trolls based on the research that you did?
Well, I learned that you're going to use the same skills dealing with trolls that you deal with when you're working with media during a news conference. You're going to stay on message. Don't lose your cool. The holy grail of responding to anybody who's a troll on social media is to provide them with the correct information, and then hopefully you turn them into an advocate. But I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Nobody likes to be corrected in public, so if you can take a conversation offline, send a message to the person saying, hey, feel free to reach out to me by email, call my office at this number, and I'll be glad to give you more information, and just take it off that platform. That's helpful. Or if you have maybe an FAQ page going on about this topic and you can direct them to there without actually directly contradicting their message on Facebook, that's helpful. It allows people to save face a little bit, and more people who are following will then hopefully go to that FAQ page or know that they can reach out and call you if they have questions. I did this recently with an issue in our area that was somewhat contentious, and I noticed that all the posts that I did, and probably did 8 to 10 of them, where I said, please call the public information offices on Monday morning. Not one person called me. So it ended the conversation a little bit, but yet left them the opportunity to reach out to get more information if they chose it.
One campaign we started was a Free Condom Friday, and we made a fun, colorful image, and we put that on our social media every Friday, and in turn we were able to see people coming to our clinic to pick up condoms on Friday, and little did they know, free condoms were given out every day, Monday through Friday.
Pueblo, Colorado's Department of Public Health and Environment Public Information Officer Sarah Joseph and her organization embrace tackling sensitive issues online all the time. The online target audience for Free Condom Friday is 14 to 26-year-olds on Instagram, their parents on Facebook and Twitter. Native Analytics, the numbers on each online platform, help to refine the message to see what works, what doesn't, and who and how many are listening. This campaign got a Denver TV station to amplify their message even more.
That news station put it on their newscast at night, and they said, State Fair, what's happening these days? When we used to go to the state fair, we'd come home with a fish. And now in Pueblo, the health department's hoping you don't come home with an STD. Well, just this week, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced STDs are at their all-time high. Good job, Pueblo, for putting this message out.
I believe the Pueblo Fire Department, as with a few others around the country that are involved in CSEP activities or have been in the past, is that we tend to have what I feel like is a leg up on a lot of other communities that don't get the opportunity to do large-scale incidents, especially on such a massive scale on an annual basis, and have the overall input from the federal evaluators and everybody else that allows us to improve. It's definitely been an asset to this region and most certainly to our city as well.
Captain Woody Percival with the Pueblo Fire Department sees his city's CSEP exercise and training through the eyes as a veteran information officer, starting 12 years ago as a public information officer, leaving that role more than 5 years ago, and now returning with a fresh, new PIO perspective, eager to learn new ways of doing things.
I guess the personal part for me on the learning scale is to just remember to slow down, breathe, let the information develop. I believe a bit early on in the exercise, I was a little eager to get out information that as soon as it was out was updated, and was one of those situations where I wish I could take a breath and step backwards and start over, but I think that's probably one of my bigger things for the day.
Another CSEP exercise takeaway, according to Captain Percival, that could be used by any PIO.
I would highly recommend to any public information officer, particularly in multi-agency style drills like this, to have the professional relationships already developed, have the contacts already made. As we prep for our CSEP exercise every year, we get to sit down with our local PIOs and meet the new folks and work through issues. And that's probably one of the most valuable things that comes out of this every year, is that no person is an island when it comes to public information, and that we need to work collaboratively together to get that information out.
If you'd like to hear previous Alexa Flash briefings that include best practices and tools to help your organization, like the Argonne Past Fusion Cell Facebook page, or connect on Twitter and Instagram at Past Fusion Cell. You can also check out the Past Fusion Cell's online toolkit for useful templates and information. Go to pastfusion.gss.anl.gov.